G'day everyone, Gooba here with a Torchlight Infinite Overrealm Season Preview video. I'm just going to watch this a bit after admiring Zen Andre here. I hear there's a new emote that's come out of these patch notes as well, which is pretty funny. But anyway, let's have a quick look at the intro, then I'll go through the video and see if there's anything that stands out as being really interesting.
Welcome everyone to the Torchlight Infinite Overrealm Season Preview. I'm Andre, your community manager. After an intense and thrilling season of heists, the Outlaw season is drawing to a close. In the upcoming season, we're diving headfirst into something completely different, a mysterious, unexplored plane called the Overrealm. Let's talk about what's waiting for you in the Overrealm. We're talking a deep, multi-layer seasonal mechanic with stack rewards, a progression system that completely redefines the talent system, new build-defining gear, and of course, a new hero trait that's going to open up some insane build possibilities. Now, without further ado, let's jump right in. First, let's break down the new seasonal mechanic, the Overrealm. So, while you're blasting through the Netherrealm, you're going to stumble across these weird doors. Interact with them, kill whatever pops out, and you'll tear open a gateway to its world. Think of the Overrealm as a series of time rifts, but with a twist. You jump into the first layer and just start annihilating everything. Your goal is to kill them as quickly as possible to fill your containment progress bar. Max out the bar, and a new door to the next layer will appear, letting you push even deeper.
So, slow characters are going to be kind of garbage, I take it. So you're going to need a huge amount of movement speed on everything that you play. I was going to start Yuga 2, but Yuga 2 is kind of slow with mind control, so... Although Flame Burst or Fire Burst or whatever it is later on is pretty good. So maybe I'll still start with Yuga 2. I'm going to try and avoid Moto this season, although some of the Moto changes look pretty sick.
Initially, you can go up to 4 layers deep. The further you go, the harder it gets, and the more it pays out.
Nice.
But the timer is unforgiving. When it runs out, your run is over. So efficiency and route planning are key.
So pretty much if you're taking, 3 to 5 minutes to clear a profound map, go to T8.
The Overrealm is dense and intense, so we're giving you a new tool to turn that chaos into profit. Meet the Bottle Shadow. As you fill your containment progress bar in the Overrealm, you'll capture random shadows inside this bottle. Each captured shadow grants a powerful, drop-related bonus for the rest of your current run. Now this can be anything, giving monsters a chance to drop extra flame fuel, increasing its rarity, or even granting a chance for an enemy to drop an additional...
Did he say that was an item that you use? Or is it just going to be, it just seems like an addition to the runs, unless it's an item.
Piece of matchless or higher legendary gear. So the magic happens when it starts stacking. If you get lucky and capture the same type of shadow multiple times, the stacking bonuses can get crazy.
Non-legendary gear to become compasses, that's kind of cool. As long as they don't just give you the same crappy compass over and over. What, Ruby?
I need to solely these two.
Alright, just show them, but you're not using the nail polish. 100% chance for fluorescent memories drop to be multiplied by 2. That's pretty sweet. And embers to be upgraded. It's quite nice. So if it was non-legendary gear dropped, become fluorescent memories, and then multiplied by 2 is pretty cool.
Imagine stacking fuel drop chance, fuel upgrade chance, a mod that converts gear drops to fuel, and a chance to double all fuel drops. Yeah, the loot explosions this season are gonna be insane. Now, the Overrealm isn't really a stable place. When you enter a new layer, you might trigger a disturbance. These are essentially special map mods. For example, the Resurrection Disturbance might cause defeated monsters to respawn in a new form.
So you've got a... There was an encounter in the normal map, And then there's layers and there's disturbances. Wonder how long maps are gonna take.
Granting bonus drop quantity. The fall disturbance will cause tentacles to rain from the sky, dealing heavy damage, but also spawning waves of enemies loaded with extra loot. These events are dangerous and will test you, but they all follow a core TLI principle. The higher the risk, the greater.
Core TLI principles. It's going to be massively overtuned and everyone's going to die instantly for the first week. I'm pretty sure that's a core TLI principle.
The rewards. Now your progress isn't just reset every run. You'll earn a currency called Abnormal Gaze that you can use to unlock permanent upgrades in the containment dossier. This is basically a passive tree for the seasonal mechanic.
It's been a while since we've had a passive tree in the current season mechanic, which is kind of cool. Cube used to be an interesting one.
You can unlock quality of life stuff like having drops gather for you, increasing the deepest layer you can reach, and this is a big one, a returning anchor. It's a personal teleporter you can place anywhere in the Overrealm to instantly zip back to. Perfect for optimizing your runs and not wasting a second on the clock. Unlocking these nodes does more than just give you passive bonuses. They also add to the pool of things that can randomly appear.
That'd be pretty cool if you memorized all the maps. I'm sure it's got a use either way.
Inside the Overrealm, you might find a reverse clock to extend your timer. A living gun may spawn, floating beside you and automatically firing at nearby mobs. Or you can.
That's what was in the first reveal with those pistols that popped up. Made you think that it was the class, not just the season mechanic.
You trigger the anti-mimetic cage, which traps you and summons a pack of elites that drop a massive pile of loot.
Okay.
On top of that, special rare enemies now roam the Overrealm, like the loot-heavy floating skull and a mysterious hidden boss known only as a door hunter. Next up, this season's new hero trait.
Bing. The old man always says, Bing! Don't do this! Don't do that!
I was so tempted to make a guess what the next character was going to be, and in my personal Discord, I guessed Bing2 about a month ago. It's pretty interesting that it is Bing2.
Or else you'd be backed into a corner. Oh yeah? Newsflash! Inspiration and trouble are packaged deep.
So this is a Spellburst Bing. If anyone's played Bing 1, you know that he's quite clunky and doesn't map very well. From what I've seen on this Bing, all the patch notes and all of the skills and stuff like that, he's going to be a very fluid mapper, which was his biggest downside and one of the main reasons that pretty much no one played Bing in the last couple of seasons. Bing 1 used to be super OP, then they fixed his how his bombs worked, as they used to just scale with attack speed and stuff, but they removed that and it became kind of garbage. No one's come through with time marks yet. Ugh. I guess I'll update that after this. This is very interesting. This kind of represents the old hero trait system that we used to have, where you would slot in certain items that would give you different bonuses. It kind of looks like they're going back to that sort of thing, which would bring Iris back online as well, with the Frost Iris and stuff like that. Howling Gale and things like that. So hopefully they bring this back for all classes, so we can get back to the good old times of shitloads of damage. Now for more customization
Truly
this season.
unique playstyle. And speaking of customization, this season we're introducing a new layer of customization that will completely change how you build your characters. Let's talk about the new growth system, Ethereal Prism. The Ethereal Prism is a new type of item that you can install directly onto one of your advancement talent panels.
That's pretty interesting because there's a lot of nodes in here that aren't that useful. So having them benefit all of the ones around them and stuff like that is pretty interesting. I wonder what you can craft onto these random affixes.
Beneath your base talent panel. So once socketed, it fundamentally alters that panel, supercharging existing main talents or even replacing them with entirely new ones. There are over 20 of those new main talents. For example, Effortless Command. It grants you so much energy that it unlocks every single support slot.
Huh. So I guess on Boom Moto you could quite easily have Machine Guard and Spider Tank at 100.
For all of your skills. So for builds that need multiple 6 links,
Or like the Erica 2s that always use 2 Thunder Spikes at 6, plus all the extra buffs and stuff. That's pretty insane.
this is going to be a true game changer. Fortune's Flip. For the real gamblers out there. This talent grants you lucky damage, lucky critical strikes, and lucky evade. Now the trade-off? There's a 1/3 chance that any non-main skill you use will simply fail to cast.
I mean, if you're casting 25 times a second, who cares?
Guarantee Reaping. Reaping builds are getting a powerful new tool.
When dealing damage over time, if Spell Burst reaches max charges, all charges will be consumed. Reaps 0.1 second of damage over time for each Spell Burst charge consumed. Huh.
This talent lets you consume your max spell burst stacks to trigger a corresponding number of additional reaps. Now, all of those extra reaps are released as explosions, providing
It's the AoE damage as well as a reap. Wow.
some serious area clear. Finally, Dark Advance, a huge buff for summoners.
Hell yeah.
Now this talent greatly reduces Dark Age's cooldown and increases its charges. What's more, it has a teleport to your Dark Age skill, effectively turning it into a powerful mobility tool.
Still looks slow as shit though.
Beyond creating new main talents, the Ethereal Prism has another strategic layer. When socketed, he radiates energy, granting additional bonus effects to all nearby talent nodes. This creates a puzzle. Do you place it in a spot that covers the most nodes possible, or you position it to supercharge a few specific crucial talents? And if that's not enough customization, you can also calibrate your prism.
What many talents?
Daddy, I got things.
What?
I got things.
Yeah. It's very pretty. Your Gabby dress. Your Gabby bracelet. And odd shoes.
No, and pretty food.
Ah, pretty sparkle shoes, yeah. I wonder how much these are going to cost. Because it's
Calibrate your prism.
legendary
This
ones
function
as well.
lets you add up to 3 powerful affixes.
They're going to be mega expensive, I feel like. Mirror Prism. I wonder if that's going to be 50,000 flame elementium. What?
Go to Nana's house.
No, Nana's at the airport. We've been to Nana's house.
No, we didn't.
Alright, bye. Oh, so many changes. Now we've got combo skills as well. My little brain doesn't deal with too many complicated things.
Designed to bring a fresh feel to combat. Combo skills. Think of it like a fighting game. You have combo starters to build up combo points, and combo finishers that spend those points for a massive damage bonus.
But everything's going to be automated anyway, so it's kind of like just adding an extra attack.
The more points you spend, the bigger the bonus. So now let's look at two new skills. For our attack-based players, there's Crescent Slash. Its combo starter is a quick free hit flurry. Its finisher is a powerful charging slash that fires off 4 damaging shockwaves. You can then use its exclusive support skills to customize it. Crescent Slash Rising transforms the finisher into a single, massive shockwave that instantly triggers deterioration on enemies, giving you immediate dot burst. Crescent Slash Flash ramps up your attack speed and the hit frequency of the finisher. For spellcasters, we have Serpent Beam. The combo starter fires a ricocheting beam of fire that chains between nearby enemies. The finisher unleashes a single, high-damage beam to nuke your target.
That's cool.
Each supports open up new build paths. Torrent.
So you'd pretty much just use your the starter to clear everything. When you get to a rare, just one-shot it.
Allows the finisher to work with Spellburst system, while Dual Spirits summons a Phantom Serpent that fires an additional beam alongside you. And of course, we've added a full brand new ecosystem of items and talents to support these new skills. First, the new legendary gear. The Vajra handguards are...
Oh, I was watching that. I was gonna go back and just rewatch.
Each supports open up
says
new
that.
build paths. Torrent allows the finisher to work with Spellburst system, while Dual Spirits summons a Phantom Serpent that fires an additional beam alongside you. And of course, we've added a full brand new ecosystem of items and talents to support these new skills. First, the new legendary gear. The Vajra handguards are powerful gloves designed for combo builds, but they also introduce a brand new stat you'll see this season: Infiltration. More on that later. The body girdle is a belt that provides significant attack and cast speed, perfect for speeding up your combos. The Heart of an Imita is a necklace that gives you new ways to generate combo points, increasing your finisher uptime while also packing. Now, speaking of, with all these new items and skills kind of based around a martial arts kind of theme, you might be guessing what kind of hero is going to be coming down the line.
Hopefully it's not just a monk, and hopefully it's more along the lines with Chinese martial arts or something like that. Something interesting. Please don't be monk.
But that's something for another season preview. We've also introduced some new mechanics to our core combat gameplay.
That's a pretty cool debuff. Inflicts frail when dealing spell damage. Additional spell damage taken.
And remember that new Infiltration stat we teased at? Now here it is. Infiltration is a new category of powerful elemental debuffs that not only increases the elemental damage an enemy takes, but also applies a secondary debilitating effect. Fire Infiltration makes enemies take increased fire damage and reduces their skill area of effect.
Oh, I can't wait to be hit by that in deep space.
Cold Infiltration makes enemies take increased cold damage and reduces their movement speed.
And it's probably not a slow, because it's infiltration. So immune to slow probably won't work with this.
Lightning Infiltration makes enemies take increased lightning damage and reduces their attack and...
I'm just guessing that all rare monsters are going to have one of these infiltrations, and it's going to suck.
cast speed.
This new legendary looks interesting, so... Well, it's not new, but it's been revamped. I'll let him explain it.
It now provides affliction per second based on her affliction effect, and unleashes a massive damage over time reap when nearby enemies hit their max affliction stacks. On top of that, we've buffed the numbers on affliction-related affixes across the board this season, so expect dot builds to feel incredibly strong.
I want to go Yuga 2 start, so I'm happy with that. Oh, this is pretty insane as well.
With an incredible positive affix. But the negative effect is just too brutal to use. Well, that's about to change. Introducing Dual Kismet, Destiny's Betrayal. Once you equip this Kismet, all negative effects from Dream Interpretation are inverted and turned into positive ones.
Which is great, because often you would be going for +4 max elemental res, And the downside that you would get would be -3 max elemental res. But with this dual Kismet, that would now be +7% max elemental res, which would be insane.
Suddenly, those terrifying affixes that everyone used to avoid become powerful new bonuses. This Kismet opens up an entirely new dimension of itemization, and we can't wait to see the powerful combinations you guys are gonna discover.
This is pretty cool.
News for melee players. Leap attack is getting a massive field improvement. We've increased its base leap distance by 50% and adjusted attack speed so that shorter leaps strike faster. Most importantly, if you leap into a wall or obstacle, you'll now slide along it, just like
So it feels a lot more fluid to play the game, and if you are familiar with leap attack, sometimes you can just equip that and just charge through the campaign super fast. So if you can just jump and annihilate everything, that'll be pretty bloody useful. Alrighty, now we've got some decent quality of life upgrades. A little bit different to what I suggested, but it should make some interesting changes next season.
So let's talk about the elephant in the room, the grind. We know the progression last season missed the mark for a lot of you. Many complained the grind was a bit too much, and you know how the jump from Time Arc 8 to Profound felt less like a curve and kinda more like hitting a brick wall. So this season we are addressing these pain points head on. Our primary focus was on smoothing out the difficulty curve, especially the massive jump in time and investment required to get from Time Arc 8 to Profound. Our goal is to shorten the time it takes to bridge that gap. Now, let's discuss some of the key changes we made. First, crafting is cheaper. We have half the Ember cost for crafting T1 affixes on all non-priceless gear.
Be nice if that was flame sand, but anyway.
This should make the transition much less expensive. Curse unlocks. We've tripled the rates for confusing dreams in dream interpretation, making it much easier and consistent to unlock your curses.
I wonder if this is going to have much impact on the dream interpretations, because that used to be a really good way of making currency early on, is to sell the trinket ones, but if it's 3 times more likely to hit the curses, then you're probably going to see a fair old drop in the price of those.
Compass availability. To ensure compasses are always a viable part of your mapping strategy, rare quality compasses are returning this season.
They seem to add rare compasses, then remove them, then add them, then remove them, then add them, then remove them. It's crazy.
We're also doing a massive...
What is with this? Stack a Vengeful Spirit on you when an elite is defeated. Lasts 20 seconds. Up to 10 stacks. You are constantly cursed with Timid and Entangling Pain. And again. And Rot. What the hell are those downsides? That is disgusting. It's deep space, but still.
Overhaul of the entire compass system, but more on that later. To smooth out that awkward period after using a time transition capsule, the level requirement for the highest tier weapons has been lowered from level
Pay to win has been made easier.
88.
This gameplay for Outlaw looks a lot better. The encounter's been shortened, reduced the immunity and stuff like that.
Encounter has been shortened to 25 seconds. We've also greatly reduced the invincibility duration on bodyguards, and significantly increased their spawn rate. The goal is a fast-paced and satisfying combat loop. As far as progression goes, we've removed the tower coin currency and streamlined the crime rating progression to be faster and more convenient.
Moved coins.
Your crime rating will now directly affect the maximum number of enemy waves, smoothing out the reward curve.
Interesting.
We've also made the central vault a more efficient and rewarding experience. The number of small strong rooms has been halved to speed up the runs.
Okay.
And the drop rate for the Professor Star Spec Spirit now has a guaranteed progressive trigger for more stable rewards. As far as integration goes, the Outlaw mechanic will still be your source for mods and chips for the tower sequence system.
Cool.
We've also added a full suite of NetherRealm talents and compasses for it, allowing you to juice the difficulty and the rewards of the mechanic.
What's the in the alien level? Stage level? 3 high tower signals will appear during the carjack. I think carjack will be pretty crazy profit again, now that you can juice it even more and it's faster and more fun.
The boss lineup in the Supreme Showdown has also rotated once again. It's sent a lethal hit. After when you're defeated, you will now revive on a safe separate floating island, preventing you from getting killed again the moment you respawn. Next, we're making the hot streak system much less punishing. Using a tower token affix no longer costs a true fossil, and we've boosted the odds of rolling high tier affix values. Most importantly, failing a
That's cool, but there needs to be a craft again button or try again button.
tower token corrosion roll will no longer destroy your entire legendary item. It will now only remove the base affix you were trying to reroll.
There's the mapping. What changes?
We also received a ton of feedback regarding the looting experience last season. We've reflected on these issues and we're implementing a large-scale overhaul this season. This includes major changes to compasses, Netherrealm talents, and more. Our main goal with these changes was to reduce friction, frustration, and to make your mapping strategies feel more rewarding. First, let's start with the compass system. We felt that too many of the compasses were just simple stat increases, so we've added a batch of new legendary compasses designed to fundamentally change your mapping. First, the Divine Mechanical Compass. It adds several secondary statues to the Mechanical God encounters. You have to protect these new statues, but each one you save grants you a pile of extra loot. Onslaught Might Compass. This turns the God of Might statue into a giant, invincible dwarven automaton that attacks you throughout the map.
So they've taken the most annoying part of Aeterna and given it to Might.
If you can survive to stage 15, it becomes vulnerable. Take it down for a massive reward.
That's a lot of loot.
Flourishing God's Compass. This one is for the players who love to boss rush. Each time you complete any 6 Gods gameplay, you gain a stacking buff that massively increases the drop quantity for the next 6 Gods encounter you do. Generous and bountiful elite compasses. We're adding more ways to juice rare monsters. One compass increases their drop quantity, while the other gives them a chance to become blessed, making them far more dangerous, but also more rewarding.
Nice.
Just as importantly, we want to make sure everyone can actually engage with these systems. So to that end, we've downgraded several popular high-end compasses, like the Flourishing Might and Brilliant Mechanical Compasses, to rare quality and significantly increased their drop rates to improve specific strategies. The Might talent constellation has been improved. The old talent that reduced terror damage area has been changed to instead increase terror damage and significantly boost drops. The Hunting talent constellation is being pushed further into a high-risk, high-reward identity, with both its difficulty and its drop potential being greatly increased. In addition, to help you develop early-stage looting strategies, we have added a new talent in the Profound talent constellation. When you complete any 6 Gods gameplay, you will gain Blessing. Upon reaching 4 stacks of Blessing, a Ghost treasure chest will be awarded.
Cool. What was that?
The chest is type items, with a chance to obtain 6 God emblems and a doll compass.
That's cool.
Finally, for our most dedicated endgame players, we're introducing a brand new high-risk, high-reward
This is
mechanic.
really cool, actually.
You'll find these special cages in your maps. First, you defeat its guardians.
Oh, no,
Then,
something
you
else.
attack the cage itself. As you damage it, the cage's seal will weaken, periodically releasing extremely powerful, original sin creatures, beings far stronger than even blast monsters, but with loot to match. This is a true endgame challenge, and it was originally designed to be run in deep space, and it has its own talent nodes and
Was originally designed to run in deep space or only runs in deep space?
confusion cards to support it. Player burnout and ever-increasing game complexity has also kind of been a point of contention amongst the community in recent seasons. We know with every season the list of systems you have to engage with just gets longer and longer, and this can kind of make the game feel a little bit bloated. To address this issue and present a more coherent game experience, we have decided to experiment with rotating or removing certain overly complex mechanics. After a lot of consideration, the first system we'll be retiring is Soul Candles. This was a system from early in the game.
This was an easy way of getting Barrier of Radiance and Hardened. Now how do I get that?
Game's life, and its functionality has actually largely been replaced by newer, more accessible progression systems. We found that its complicated rules, huge affix pool, and layers of RNG made it a massive resource drain, and even sometimes a point of frustration for many.
Soul Candle smashing kinda sucked, to be honest.
We believe we can provide a better experience by removing it and improving the content that was originally associated with. Retiring the Soul Candle system allows us to completely refocus and improve its core gameplay, the City of Aeterna.
Okay.
As such, the City of Aeterna is now getting a major overhaul. First, new rewards. We've adjusted the loot tables and added new Ember rooms, turning the city into a dedicated place for farming embers. Two of the powerful new legendaries we showed earlier.
So commodities used to be either fuel or embers. I guess these are just fuel now. And those are just ember.
Kregal's Roar and Torturer's Touch will now be exclusive drops from Aeterna.
Okay.
The Songs of Aeterna talent tree has also been updated. All Soul Candle nodes are gone, replaced with new nodes that unlock and enhance the new Ember rooms.
Okay.
We've also changed the reset logic. You can now fully respec all minor nodes at any time. If you had invested in Aeterna pack spirits, they're getting a major buff. Their old Soul Candle drop nodes have been changed to increase global drop quantity, making them more powerful and useful
30%
everywhere in the
drop
game.
quant's pretty nice.
Now, of course, we understand that even with these improvements, some of you may just want to move on from Aeterna. To respect that, we're running a special one-season-long event called the Pack Spirit Exchange, Monument of Reforge. During this event, you'll have the option.
That's pretty interesting. I dare say Eterna's still going to be nuts either way, though.
Option to exchange your Aeterna pack spirits, like Monument Knight, Lattice, and Shocket, for a special pack spirit essence. This essence can then be traded for a drop pack spirit selection pack of your choice.
Wow.
This is a completely optional way for you to repurpose your investment if you
Black Sail's in there.
so choose. And don't worry, you can always reobtain any exchange pack spirits later through the normal boon system. But please note that this event will only last for the Overrealm season, and any changes are irreversible. So consider your options carefully.
Interesting. That's pretty cool. I like how they've got that option. I haven't logged in to have a look at it yet. If it's in yet, I don't know. But giving people the option to roll out of Aeterna and into something else at a one-to-one exchange is really cool.
We're always working hard to improve the core experience of TLI. As such, we have a long-term roadmap of quality of life changes and updates that we want to bring to the game.
I can't say fast.
Let's quickly go over some of those making it online this season. First up, the Trade House. We've done some major back-end work this season to clean things up a bit. You'll now see far fewer items which have already been sold, cluttering your search results. In addition, we've greatly reduced the delay that occurs when listing items, from up to 10 minutes down to at most 1 minute.
At most.
So
1
now
minute.
reasonably
Wow.
priced items can be sold much faster. We've also fixed a price checking logic for commodities, so you'll get much more accurate real-time pricing.
Nice.
Next, a massive change to crafting and trading. Corrosion. We found that many corroded base affixes are crucial to build crafting.
So Chaos, which is just a reroll, still binds. And just corroding still binds. But the three that can be useful can be traded. So I guess that's okay. But if that's 15%.
But because corrosion causes binding, such items cannot freely circulate.
Yes, there's still a 60% chance that it binds the gear. And a 40% chance that it doesn't.
greatly increasing the cost to obtain them and causing some powerful bases that, kinda don't fit your current build to just lose their value. Starting this season, when a legendary item's corrosion result is a mutation, the item will no longer be bound. Next up, the stat panel. We're breaking down more stats, like showing you the difference between focus speed bonus and additional focus speed bonus, so you can better see how your gear actually affects your numbers.
Okay.
Next up, ailment logic. We've made 2 key improvements to how ailments work. First, killing an enemy now counts for proccing ailments. For example, if you have a 100% frostbite chance, one-shotting a mob will still apply the effect. Second, we fix the override logic. Your powerful ailments will no longer be overwritten by weaker ones from other sources. Next up, we're bringing
Didn't even know that was a thing.
some changes to hardcore mode. So,
I thought this was pretty interesting. So hardcore is going to be a month down the track and have events associated with it, which is pretty cool. And finally, the new events.
the Anomaly Archive. This is our new daily check-in event. Log in each day to claim supplies with rewards, including up to a 10 draw for Battle Pack Spirits. Next up, Case File The Door. This is a main activity event. By completing Overrealm runs, you'll earn progress towards a ton of rewards, including Pack Spirit Crystals, a rare seasonal drop Pack Spirit, and an exclusive weapon appearance. New player support. We are also introducing 2 new systems aimed at helping new players get started. First, the Dropper 7-day check-in event will net you a selectable legendary drop pack spirit, as well as an extra 10 battle pack pulls. And by completing the campaign, you will receive the activation medium Motionless to help you jumpstart smoother gameplay and mapping. With the Realm Conquest Hour, we've also added some new late game events. In Profound Time Arc 8, you'll have a chance to earn Conquest Insignias from playing Watchers. Collect enough, and you can exchange them for weapon skins that look just like the ones the Watchers themselves use. Oh, and by the way, these insignias are fully tradable on the auction house.
Oh, good.
Next up, Packed Spirits, Key of Overrealm. This is a seasonal drop pet. It has a chance to duplicate any items that drop in the seasonal mechanic,
Of course it does.
and helps you capture more bottle shadows.
Of course it does.
And for her Battle Pack Spirit, meet Squiddle. Her Squid Nova ability is a massive boost to skills triggered by Spellburst, making her the perfect companion for the newly reworked Spellburst builds and Bing2 creative genius trait. And finally, the Black Sail Season's Pack Spirit, Starfish Chanter, has been added to Past Memories.
So I guess if you had the Monumental Knight, you would just have to look at the percentages and see which one is better to pull for between these two if you were going for whichever one. Because if you got the Aeterna one and it has a better chance, and when you pull one you get 2, I guess you would have to just look at the banners and compare them, because if you get one Monument Knight, that'll give you 2 tokens that then you could use the new event to create the Black Sail ones. I guess you could compare the Monument Knight to any of the others. Was there a limit on the exchange? There's a limit of 6 exchanges. I guess you could compare that to any of the others. I think the the cube one was kind of horrible to roll for, so you might be better off rolling for Monumental Knight and exchanging it for cube. Might be interesting.
You can also select her from this season's Legendary Pack Spirit Selection Pack. Finally, let's take a look at all the new cosmetics.
Yeah.
And if you missed out on some of the most popular outfits from past seasons, we're bringing back the Savage Shadows, Sweetheart Shooting Star, and Divine Punishment Apocalypse sets for direct purchase at a discount. Okay, quick recap. We've got the brand new Overrealm seasonal mechanic, a new trait for Bing, the game-changing customizable talent system, the new combo skill system, a massive overhaul to progression and loot, tons of new legendaries, balance changes, tons of quality of life updates, and so much more. The Overrealm season is right around the corner, coming October 10. We can't wait to see you all on launch day. Now stay tuned for the final patch notes and more news coming soon. That's all for today, and we'll catch you all in the next one.
So that's pretty cool. The season mechanic looks really sweet to me. How it's got the multi-layer stuff going on. The map itself, and then the extra map that's inside that, plus the 4 levels, the chance to increase those levels, etc. However, you're going to want a really fast character, whether I go MC Thea 3 or just stick with Yuga, because I like Yuga and I don't understand Thea 3 at all. But I guess we'll have to wait and see how that all pans out. The kid's been bugging me to set up the spa since we got back from Fiji last night, which is annoying. So I'll go and do that now. But anyway, I will have to make some more videos, and it comes out on a Saturday because that's after the Chinese holiday where they take 9 days off or whatever, 6 days off. So should be interesting. Hopefully we don't have any server issues this season. Yeah, so Spell Burst is going to be super expensive. Dot builds are going to be super expensive. Moto 2 I think will be really good. Probably won't meme the S tier this time with it, even though it's one of the most popular classes played in Asia. But anyway, that's all I've got for this video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in another video very shortly.